The Crimean Tatar Genocide was the ethnic cleansing and cultural genocide of at least 191,044, other sources say 423,100, Crimean Tatars on the 20th of May 1944, carried out by the Soviet government and organized by Lavrenti Beria, the head of the NKVD, acting on behalf of Joseph Stalin. The deportation was the culmination of the Soviet government's long-standing repression of the Crimean Tatars. In the 1920s, after the Soviet Union annexed Crimea, it implemented a series of repressive policies against the Crimean Tatars. These policies aimed to ban the Crimean Tatars' languages, culture, and religion, and to Sovietize them. When the Nazis occupied Crimea in 1941, some Crimean Tatars collaborated with the Germans. However, the Soviet government claimed that the Crimean Tatars had collaborated with the Nazis en masse. This claim was used as a pretext to deport the Crimean Tatars. On May 18, 1944, Soviet soldiers took all Crimean Tatars out of their homes in Crimea. The Crimean Tatars were loaded into cattle cars and deported to labor camps in Central Asia and Siberia. During the journey, thousands of Crimean Tatars died due to poor conditions. The deportation was a tragedy for the Crimean Tatars. Most of the deported Crimean Tatars could not adapt to the new living conditions and died of hunger, disease, and cold. The deportation also largely destroyed the culture and identity of the Crimean Tatars. With the collapse of the Soviet Union, the Crimean Tatars began to fight for the legal recognition of their deportation. In 2015, the Ukrainian parliament recognized the Crimean Tatar deportation as genocide. The Crimean Tatar Genocide is an example of the Soviet government's repression of ethnic minorities. This genocide was a great tragedy for the Crimean Tatars, and its effects are still felt today. The deportation of the Crimean Tatars was a horrific act of violence that had a devastating impact on the lives of millions of people. It is important to remember this event and to fight against all forms of intolerance and discrimination.